Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GW Tiger. It's the TN9 German SPG. It's located on the westbourne of Airfield, and this one is under the command of M5 Multitronic Unit. Well, M5 Multitronic Unit is the unit that went wrong in Star Trek. Yes, it's the one that started killing other Federation starships. Yes, I think it was developed by a certain scientist. I think Dijkstra was his name, and yes, it went awry. Didn't realise that it wasn't supposed to destroy the other starships. Anyway, that aside, the GW Tiger is not based on the Tiger tank. It's actually built on the hull of a Tiger II. Rounds out the first spot. I think that was more of a speculative shell, just to see if anybody's at home. Now, it's a bit surprising that he fired a blind shot, because you only get 15 shells in the ammo capacity, so you're actually kind of short of ammo, and therefore you really can't afford to waste any shells at all. You notice as well, he's decided not to go down to the south, because this Arty is fairly slow. Top speed is only 45 kilometers an hour. You can see the enemy's making a push in the south on Temple Mountain around the south of the island, and he gets a nice little hit there on the Patriot. If he'd actually gone down to the south to get a better angle on the heavy tank lane, I think he would have been isolated and potentially a threat from being taken out by the enemy tanks that are down to the south. But I think that's where he's going to have to devote all his attention at the moment, because the enemy is there in force. Unfortunately, at the moment he's got a red line, and I think that's because he's just too close to get shots on some of those targets. Okay, he's going to have a shot at the FE-4202, and he kills him. Got a direct hit and wiped him out, and I suspect that that was more probably because he may have penetrated them. You can see he can't hit the closer targets because the shell can't loop up over the top of the buildings in the village and come down on top of those tanks. When you're trying to hit short-range targets, you really need to have either a clear line of sight without any obstructions, or you need to have very high arcs so you can actually lift the shot up into the air and back down again. And unfortunately, GW Tiger can't really do that. That's out. Oh, he didn't show any damage scored on that one. You notice he's gradually moving north as he's going. It's a good idea, because actually it throws the enemy off. Even if they do see the tracer, they're not going to know where to shoot from, or where to shoot at rather. You can also see that he's actually loaded 2 rounds of armor piercing, just in case the enemy does present themselves as a really easy target, because the standard ammunition, which is 17 centimeter or 21 centimeter, he's got the top gun 21 centimeter, that's capable of doing 900 alpha, penetrating 53 millimeters of armor, and with the armor piercing rounds they'll go through 296 millimeters of armor, but they've only got 640 HP. Well, that's the alpha anyway. In fact, that's a bit of a well, let's just say it's very anomalous to have only 640 damage from a shell that's 21 centimeters in diameter. After all, a 155 millimeter shell fired from a T110E3 or E4 will do 750 alpha, so it's a lot more from a much smaller shell. Now, admittedly, the 155 millimeter is moving quite a bit faster than an artillery shell, but you'd think size matters, because that's what most women say. Oh, that's really being sexist, isn't it? But it's true. Size does matter. Okay, IS-32, and yes, he did get some damage on that one. 329 and some stun assist. I mean, he's now in a position to attack that Patriot that move to the west of the Temple Mount might even be able to get a shot on that Type 59. There he is. Oh, no, he's gone behind the rock now, so he's safe for the moment. Only problem is that it looks now like M5 is going to have to move and move further north to avoid getting hit by either the T-34-3 or the Type 59. Lining a shot up. Rounds out. Oh, he got him. Yeah, he did hit him and took him out of the game. I think it was a direct hit, actually. He was aiming for the turret more than the actual body of the tank. And now we've got a Charview 204, but he's even closer still. Unfortunately, he's now below the ridgeline, so he's in defilade. But we've still got the possibility of hitting that Patriot. Oh, he's just got hit and some hit points taken off. Can he get a kill? Fans out. Yes! Excellent. Nice one. And that really puts some pressure on the enemy now, because all of their attack force that came down the south have been wiped out, and now it's just the guys in the north. And I think they're about to get a lesson in 21cm Arty fire. That M103 is probably not going to like what's going to happen to him. The only problem is that he's moved so far north to avoid the enemy now. He's actually taken away his ability to hit that M103 unless he goes further south. He might be able to loop the shell over the rock line, so it's going to be a difficult one. No, he didn't get it. I think it probably did hit the rock face rather than hit the enemy. Okay, we've got an Emil. Can't see the M103 anymore. He might want to move further south now, and then he'll open up a few possibilities. But then on the other side of the coin, I think he can probably hit that Emil fairly well. In fact, because that guy's on a ridge line, he really would help his teammates by doing that. Rounds out. Hit the ridge line just ahead of the Emil, but I think he probably splashed him. Can't see the M103. The enemy does have two tank destroyers as well, the Jagdtiger and the Striv S1. And we just saw the tracer from one of the enemy Arties, and I think he might be in those bushes next to the palm trees. There's a good possibility the Striv or the Jagdtiger will be on that mount where the tank destroyers normally are. Somewhere in grid square D9. The enemy just lost their IS-3 too. And the M103 has been seen going south. And he is a one-shot. So we might be looking at another kill. Oh, yes! Effortlessly. There's only 3 enemies remaining now. It's the 2 tank destroyers and the 1 Arty, and I have the feeling that the Striv's been found in the south, so we know where he is, but it's probably the Jagdtiger who's up in the north, and I'm pretty certain that the enemy Arty is somewhere in grid square C0 in one of the bushes. The T-44-1, oh, he's moved, he's headed south. He obviously realised he was under threat, and the enemy Arty, which is an FB3805, and he's just been killed. M5's decided he's going to motor now to try and get closer, but he's doing so in such a way that that Jagdtiger, if he does get spotted, won't be able to get a shot, because of course he's got covered in front of him. T-44 is making his way up to the northeast corner of the map. And he got killed. Which means the Jagdtiger is probably in these bushes, but again, the position he's in is actually kind of hindering his ability to hit the enemy. He's in one of those bushes, but we can't tell precisely which one. He's looking further to the south here. He's looking for the Striv S1. Again, that Striv might have moved. He might realise that he's in danger. Yeah, there's nobody to spot for him, so unless that K91 PT who's looking in the south area has a thorough check to find that Striv, there might be the possibility the Striv has ended up in our end of the map and is hunting for M5. And that's why at the moment he's actually gone all defensive. So I get the feeling he's thinking that that Striv's going to turn up any second, and it's better to be in a position where he can shoot back. The Jagdtiger has been spotted, the Scorpions found him, and M5's decided, well, I might as well move south of the airstrip and get a shot at him. He's right in the corner. There's no way he can get a shot from his previous position, but if he moves a bit further over, a bit closer to the enemy heavy lane, he might be able to get a shot on the Jagdtiger. It's also further away from where the Striv might be. K91 PT hasn't found him, so he's probably in our end of the map. The Jagdtiger's taking fire. Okay, he's lining up a shot. Yes, he can get around in there, but he's backing into the corner again, which means now it's even more difficult to get a shot on him. No, I don't think he's going to get a shot over that rock face. It's going to hit the rock face first. Yeah, he's agreed. For a split second, he thought the Jagdtiger was had moved. Now he might be able to get a shot in, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Fully dialed in. Yes, well, he got some splash for 276. And the enemy Striv has been found. He's way down in the south, and it looks like he went over the edge of the cliff. And the K91 found him by probably proximity spotting. And it's a virtually impossible kill from this angle. The Jagdtiger's gone. Now, can he get a shot? We'll have a look. There he is. He's over the ledge. He went over the edge, but he's right over the edge, and the K91 doesn't want to go over. Oh, does he? Yes. Well, he's gone over, and he's trying to push the guy into the water. But if he does, obviously the Striv's going to drown. And if that happens, then he won't get the kill. It will be count as a drowning, and there'll be no bonus. Yeah. There he goes. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first mark game, that was, for M5 Multitronic unit. He got a second class tanker in the GW Tiger, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he managed to get 7. And he got a fighter badge as well for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4 exactly. No other medals, I'm afraid, from this game, but let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage in the game went to the E75 with 3,216 hit points. The second highest damage was the Scorpion with 2,872. The third highest damage went to the enemy Type 59 with 2,741 hit points. When it came to kills, it was M5 Multitronic unit. He got 4 kills in that game, but he shared the top spot with the Jagdtiger. He also got 4. 3 kills went to the K91 PT and also to the Bisonte C45. When it came to base XP, it was the E75 that did the best with 1,008, mainly because he got the highest damage. 962 went to the Bisonte and 924 went to the T34 Black. And we can see M5 Multitronic a little further down with 857, probably because he didn't do as much stun assist as he would have liked. He fired 13 rounds in that game, got 6 direct hits, no penetration, 11 splash, damage of 1,813 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 4, did 1,446 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 25,091 credits, got 50,000 credits from personal missions, and after resupply of ammunition, took away 60,597 credits. 857 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,572 experience points altogether. If you're asking why he didn't fire that last round, well, remember he was carrying 2 AP rounds at the end of the game, and he'd used up all of his HE ammunition. If he actually had fired a round in, well, he could have done so, but if he had, there's the possibility he might have accidentally hit the K91. He was aiming at the time, but obviously he had to take into account the fact that he needed a direct hit on that Striv in order to kill him. And after the K91 pushed the Striv off the shelf into the water, there was no way he could loop a shell over and hit that the Striv in the water. It was impossible. So I'm afraid that's why he didn't fire last round. But it just goes to show sometimes carrying armor-piercing ammunition can actually work against you, because you need an HE round just to either splash the enemy or to get something close to him to disable him, so that while he's underwater he then drowns and it counts as a critical hit kill. Then obviously he would have picked up all of them would have picked up the bonus, but unfortunately, because he had the armor piercing, he really couldn't get that critical hit that he needed. So there you are. That's the battle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do remember that we do have a sister channel called The General, where we feature straight replays without any commentary, just one standard replay per video, and it's sort of like stocking fillers, you might say, the sort of replay or video you could just quickly watch just to get an idea of how to play a particular tank, and without any commentary. Obviously there's no explanation, but the fact is you get to see how somebody else plays a particular vehicle very, very well indeed. In fact, there's some pretty good replays there. Most of these players get things like pools medals or Kolobanovs, so you're seeing top flight play. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video.